Welcome to the Indigo Room. Today is day 29 of our app series for manifesting your desires. Assume that it is real. Act as if it's already done. Praise and thanksgiving. Welcome.
Welcome to the Indigo Room. Serenity ahead.
Here we go, it's the Indigo, sending the best and bliss, yes, so let's go. Bringing brainwaves to a higher plane, manifest your world, shaking the mundane. Shift up, make moves inspired, change self-worth for words, taking you higher. Bring forth your serenity, forget words like destiny. Cause the path to choose is up to you, so make your move to find the way in you. Touch the sky on mellow high, and spirits rise, and winds of change. So yes, I invite you. So come on through. See how we do in the Indigo Room, yeah.
Welcome to the Indigo Room.
Hey, welcome to the Indigo Room. I'm your host, Sydney Chase, and today is day 29 of our app series, Assume That It Is Real. Act as if it's already done. Praise and thanksgiving. And tonight's topic is believe in the impossible. Have a beginner's mind. This is where we discuss all things spiritual. And by that, I mean that we are non-physical spiritual beings having physical human experiences. Life is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be delicious. It's supposed to be fun. Sometimes it gets wicky wacky, but we got tools for that. I want to first welcome our Indigo Room folks to the chat, and then we are going to tickle our amygdala, and then we'll get into the topic for tonight. So I want to say hello to Linda. Hi, Linda. Hey, girl. Hey, Barb. How you doing? Hi, Barb. So we got Linda and Barb in the house tonight. And we are going to tickle our amygdala. Where's your amygdala? Your amygdala is right here. You have two of them on either side of your temple. 1, 2. It is a brain hack, and it lights up your frontal lobe. Hi, Momo. Momo, I have to apologize to you, y'all. I was thinking last night, wait a minute. Momo used to be with us in the Indigo Room over there on Talk Show. She knows all the stuff that I've been talking about today for the past 30 days. It just hit me like, hit me like a ton of bricks last night after the show. I was like, wait a minute. Momo knows all that stuff too. She was there when I shared all the stories. Woo! Long time. I was over on Talk Show today. But anyway, I digress. Let's tickle our amygdala. Okay? Hey, Susanna. Hey, girl. How you doing? It's good to see you. She said, yes, I've been here listening. For years. For years. Okay. All right. Let me shut up. Let's tickle our amygdala. Okay. So we're going to, this is your disclaimer. All right. If you are driving a car, riding a bus, driving a car or riding a bike, walking, you might be in the mall. I don't know. You're walking or you're at work. Stop what you're doing just for a minute and close your eyes. Close your eyes. And we're going to imagine, see, peeking. We're going to imagine that we have a feather in our hand. A feather, right? We're going to use this feather to tickle our amygdala. But first, you have to imagine that it's really there. And you're going to imagine what color it is what the length of it is, if it's long, short, fat, bristly. What does your feather look like? And what does your feather feel like? Really get it into your imagination. All right? Really get it into your imagination. And once you do that, once you really feeling it, you're feeling it real, you're going to take that feather, you're going to lift it up to the center of your forehead, and you're going to slide it in. And then you're going to slide it over to the right and tickle your amygdala on the right. And then slide it over to the left and tickle your amygdala on the left and pull your feather out. And by the time you're done, you should be smiling. Are you smiling? If you're not smiling, try it again. Dagnabbit. Oh, Funky. Hey, Funky. Funky's here. How you doing, girl? The gang's all here. Almost the gang's all here. But tonight we're going to be discussing, our topic for today is believe in the impossible and have a beginner's mind. It's kind of dovetailing off what we did yesterday. I asked Spirit what we were talking about, and they told me to look up. I was like, what? They be playing games with me sometimes. So I looked up, because, I have a lot of different things, a lot of different signs, a lot of different posts around my house, right? In my space. So I look up one way and they go, no, not over there. It's like, well, where? Where am I looking? Where? Over there? Yes. Okay. All right. Now this piece of paper, right? It's old. It's fallen over. So I had to go look at it. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So one day I was out walking Miss Cleopatra like I always do. Because, I got to walk that chick sometimes 3-4 times a day. Now that she's old, sometimes it's more than that. Anyway, I was walking her and I was having a conversation with Spirit, Mine was going. And I asked a question. And I have music playing in my headphones. And as soon as I asked the question, this lyric came on and answered me. And it was basically what I just said to you. Believe in the impossible. Now, let me give the rest of it. Believe in the impossible and do not let your pride get in the way. Have a beginner's mind. So what does that mean exactly? Right? We talk about believing, we got to believe, you got to have faith, you got to, but what does that mean really? Believe in the impossible. Well, there's a lot of things, right? We're doing this 30 days, assuming that it's real, acting as if it's already done, praise and thanksgiving before the manifestation shows up in physical form. And we are believing in the impossible. And when you really think about it, nothing really is too good to be true, even though we've been told that, over the years. Well, it's probably too good to be true. If it's free, we have to throw that little stupid statement right on up out of our minds, right? And have a beginner's mind, like a little kid. That's where we got to be while we're doing this work. While we're doing this work, we have to have a beginner's mind. We can't come in here thinking we know everything. Well, I've heard this before. I've done this before. I've tried this before. It doesn't work. That's our pride, right? And we can really learn from a lot of different people. And there are many, many There's a scripture that says, in my house, there are many mansions, right? In my house, there are many mansions. That means basically, in my opinion, how I feel, that in the house of source, God, spirit, goddess, whatever you're calling your higher self, there are many ways to enter. You can enter in at the basement. You can enter in on the second floor. You could dive in through a window. You can swing in. There are many ways. And within this one huge, humongous house are many mansions. Didn't say there are many hovels. It didn't say there are many bungalows. It didn't say there are many caves. It said there are many mansions. So what is that? You have to expand your thought process, right? You are a magnificent being, and your house or your thought process, your consciousness is like a mansion. It's like a mansion. Just, have you ever been inside a mansion? If you haven't, you should take a trip to a mansion one day. Just go in there and walk around. And in this house are many mansions, right? This house, the house, it says, in this house, there are many mansions. So that house must be hella big, right? If it has many mansions in it. So when we are creating and we're expanding our consciousness, think of your consciousness as a mansion that needs to be filled up with all kinds of delicious things, all kinds of delicious wonders and miracles that you have yet to see. You have yet to explore. You have yet to open this door, that door, check this out, check this room out. What's in here? Oh my goodness, right? And Spirit really, really wants you to have every good thing. So when you are creating, when you are sleeping in the wish fulfilled, try not to make your wish so small and limited. Really, really expand your thought consciousness. Like, think of yourself as a magnificent being. So I want everybody right now, while you're sitting here for a minute, to just think about what it is that you are wanting to manifest, right? I'm not saying don't manifest that. That is not what I'm saying. I didn't say stop doing what you're doing. But think about what it is you're wanting to manifest. Are you making your manifestation smaller than what you really, really could have? Like we were talking about last night. Instead of imagining climbing the ladder and knowing that you're going to be and saying, I will not climb this ladder to prove God to yourself, we decided as a group to focus on receiving $1 million, right? Can you even allow yourself to begin to feel what that would feel like? Is that too impossible for you? Because if it is, then you need to explore your mansion of consciousness. It's really not small. It's huge. It's big. And when we think about children, they have a beginner's mind. We think about little kids, right? They explore everything. They got to touch everything. They have to feel everything, right? Everything is expansive to them. And it's amazing. Everything is amazing to them. Everything, right? Because it's all new to them. We Us old folks, been here a while. I've been here. I've seen that. I know how it's going to go. That's true. If you say you know how it's going to go, then you do know how it's going to go because that's in your consciousness. I already know how it's going to go. I already know how it's going to turn out. It's not going to be good, right? So I saw this video the other day. Came across my feed. And it made me stop in my tracks. This little girl, she was with her parents. I don't know where she was, but she was in some Muslim country, apparently. And it was time for prayer. They were in a mall, I believe. And the prayer came across, right? This is what they do in those countries. The prayer came across. It was beautiful. It was amazing. I brought tears to my eyes, right? And she, in her littleness, dragging her little stuffed teddy, stopped dead in her tracks and was looking up and was going, "Oh, what is that? Mommy, what is daddy? What is that?" And she was just in awe, right? She had a beginner's mind. She don't know anything that we think we know about a religion, about what's happening. She was just mesmerized, and this smile came on her eyes, got huge. And she just stood there, right? And listened until her parents, let her stay there for a few minutes, and then, they had to go on and move on about their business. But that's how we have to get, right? We have to get so immersed in our creation that we expand it even bigger than what we imagine right now. Have a beginner's mind. What else could you add to your creation that would expand it to fill up a mansion? The mansion is in your consciousness and your subconscious. God wants you to have, God as source wants you to have every good thing. So if you're just focusing on, I just want my bones to feel better. How about your whole entire body? How about so that you can run and jump and play like a little kid? Maybe you just want to drive a new car. How about the best car you can imagine? How about 10? What would I do with 10 cars? See, that's your limited thinking. What would you do with 10 cars? That's your limited thinking. How about instead of $1,000 like we did last night, make it $1 million? How about 2? What would you do if you had 2 million, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7 million? Would you give some to your family and friends? Would you include them? Would you make donations that you're not doing now? Would you give more, be more, do more, have more? Sure you would, I think. I was doing the quantum jump. I think I told you guys about that. Maybe I didn't. but I met my quantum twin, one of them. And, it occurred to me that I wasn't as expansive as I could be. And I could really, really, really expand my consciousness even wider, bigger, deeper than I have been. I thought I was, but I found out, no, I wasn't expanding it as much as I could. And today in my meditation, I love to do the sun. I love to be in the sun and do a sun meditation. And We just had this big, huge storm yesterday. And today the sun was out, bright, shining. And so I did one of my sun meditations. It was delicious. Can I tell you? I didn't go outside. Well, I did go outside, but I came back in because it's so cold. But the sun, the way the sun was coming in towards me in my living room was simply divine. And I realized how expansive this whole universe, I can't even conceive of it really. It's non-ending. Neither is your conscious, neither is your subconscious. We limit ourselves. We limit what we can be, do, and have by our stinking thinking. Like, what if you don't grow old and die? What if you could live for a long time, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Our collective has played a trick on us, I feel, right? Because we limit ourselves. We limit ourselves to such small beings, and we're not even using 1/10 of our mind capacity. I don't even think we're using like 2% of our mind capacity and what we can be, do, and have. And maybe those little flashes that you get of a business, you're not allowing yourself to expand that. You're not, because you think nobody's going to listen to me. I can't be that. I can't do that. I can't have that. If you think about impossible, of course, we all heard it. I am possible, or you take the I am out and it is possible. There are so many things in our experience that we don't know until we do. So I want you to, as you sleep, right? I mean, as you not as you sleep, but as you go about your day and you're looking at your script, if you're scripting, or you're looking at your creation, the thing that you're wanting to be, do, and have, how much more can you expand on it? Like, what else could you add to it? What else? You're not limited. God didn't just say, oh, you could only have one house and it has to be small. And, sometimes even I was talking with Linda one day and we were thinking about this. And, at one point I was like, I don't want to have more. I don't need a big old house. I don't want a big old house, because, who wants to clean it? And, well, I don't have to clean it if I have a big old house. I could hire somebody, give somebody a job to come in and clean it, or hire a company to come in and clean it. If I have 10 houses, I could do the same thing, right? Why not? Well, I don't want to have a house and, that have to clean the pool and, do all that. So you hire people to do that. You create more for yourself and others. So you hire someone who loves to do that type of work. What is wrong with that? Well, okay. All right, Sydney. All right. Well, okay. Well, maybe one house. I could probably have a nice house, Start thinking about that, right? I don't need more than 10 cars. I don't need more than one car. That's just too much. See, we have not because we ask not. And asking, of course, we were told it's about praying and begging and pleading with God for more, or for health, or for love, or for whatever. But really, it's about us being in our imagination in one of them daggone mansions. So let's not limit ourselves. Let's think about what else we could add in, because we are able to have every good thing. And so can your neighbor. And so can your friend. You know, we look around, we look at the news, and we hear about all of the lack. I think that we've gotten to a point where collectively, right, we have all played a part in that. And now it's time to put down the lack tools and expand your consciousness to what you really can be, do, and have. If I tell you that you are a magnificent being and there's nobody in the world, in the universe, just like you, doesn't have your skin cells, doesn't have your thought processes, doesn't look like you, doesn't, well, maybe they look like you, but doesn't think like you at all, doesn't feel like you, doesn't have the same experiences that you have. I mean, for crying out loud, the two of us could be sitting in the same room, see the same thing happen, and experience it a completely, totally different way. Uniquely. You'll see the same thing. Maybe. You might not even see the same thing that I see. I might not see the same thing you see. We could be looking at the same thing and have totally different experiences. That's how unique we all are. And spirit knows every single one of us. Think about that. So, in your creation, in what you're wanting to be, do, and have, expand it just a little, and then expand it a little more, and expand it a little more, and see where you go. You would just be amazed. Hi, Yasgold. Hi. So I want you all to think about that. Think about being a little kid in a candy shop right now, right? You're in the candy shop. You're in the spirit shop. The spirit shop says, take what you want. Be what you want. Do what you want. Take as much as you want. Give as much as you want. Have as much as you want. Be as much as you want. There is no limit, right? There's no limit. You could have whatever. You could be whatever. You could do whatever. Think about that. What would you do if it was true? It is true, but now you need to believe it, right? You need to know it. You need to feel it. You need to express it and just absorb that whole feeling inside of you. And the world really is your oyster. So we're going to do a little check-in now. That's the end of my tirade. Not a tirade. My little, I was standing off, I dropped the mic. I dropped the mic. Okay, so let's do our check-in. And then I want to find out if everybody did their imagining last night. Momo said, aha moments. Last couple of days, I've been more knowing that I don't handle anything. God does. I don't create the 1 million. God brings it to me. God brings it through us, right? Yep, that's true. It's already part of the mansion I asked to occupy. All right now. Well, you're in the mansion. You're already in there. We just got to remember that we're in the freaking mansion. Because, wherever we may be, you're standing on holy ground no matter where you are. right? My family gets on I get on my family's nerves. Well, my auntie, she's not here right now. She done passed on. You need to go to church. You need to find a home church. I was like, honey, my church is right here where I'm standing. I'm standing on holy ground every time I plant my foot, every time I lay my head. Me and spirit have a great relationship. You're already in your mansion, child. But I do understand what you're saying. Linda, I had a hard time imagining the 1 million last night. And just now, for me, I had to have what I would do. I had to have what I would do with it before I felt it was real. I know now, and it feels real. Got you. Yes. Think about that, right? What would you do with it? How would you spend it? Who would you give it to? How would you use it? Where, expand your thought process, because when you're doing that, what you're doing is you are connecting with all that is, right? Source has everything, knows everything is in you, and it knows it all. That's why I love that affirmation. I am one with infinite intelligence. I am one with infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence knows all that I should know about whatever. And one of the things that I've been putting on my affirmations is when I write that statement, I've expanded that statement, right? When I first wrote it, I was writing because I had to go do a technical interview. And so I was writing, I'm one with infinite intelligence. I know all I need to know about coding and programming. And then that was it. And then as I kept writing this, I said, wait a minute. I started adding more stuff in there, right? I know all I need to know about this subject and that subject and this and that and my money and manifesting and YouTube and book publishing and my business and my website and blah blah. I know all I need to know about this. Like, just imagine, right? Like the planet is so humongous, right? It's really huge. I have traveled many places. There are many places I have yet to travel. Here I am, right? Okay, I'm going to work on this. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. What would I do with my money? I would get me a plane, right? If I had all the money, right? If I was like, if I had more money than I could even conceive of right now, but my mind is expanding, so watch out, world. But I would want to travel, right? So how would I want to travel? How would you want to travel? Just think about that. If you want to travel, if you're one of the people that wants to travel, how would you like to travel? This is why it's really important not to despise those people who have money, because what you're doing is you're blocking your own abundance from coming in. When, listen, I'm guilty, right? How come they don't give to this one? How come they don't give to that one? Well, they don't have to. We all have the same power and ability that every other billionaire on the planet has. And you know what? A lot of this information has been held shut down tightly for a lot of years because a lot of people don't want you to know about how expansive and how magnificent and how amazing you are, and that you're amazing creators and that you can do all of these things. And it started way back when. Way back when. If you read the Hermetica, which I love, it was talking about the same thing then, back in Egyptians. Hermes. Okay? Thoth. It was Thoth, not Hermes. I can't even say his name. Thoth. And everybody wanted to find out, they were waiting for his to understand what he was talking about. And it says, as above, so below. Those are it's like the magic words, basically. Above, as above, so below. What is in heaven, which is in us, we can manifest on the outside. We all have that power. It's not just the billionaires that have it or that make it. And I don't even know how they made it. It's none of my business. God bless them. Bless them. Send blessings and light, right? Well, I don't know what I would do with all that money. Okay. So don't think about all that money. But I'm going to think about all the things, all the health, all the love, all the adoration, all the joy, all the fun, all the life. Everything wants to life. That's where I am in my consciousness at this point. So I hear you, Linda. I know now, and it feels real. Momo, this was more apparent to me because the supervisor that was giving hell, I thought to grieve against him. I heard God tell me, no, don't. I brought him. I said, if you brought him, you, Father, take care of him. God said, write it. I wrote it on the planner, and that same day we were told he was leaving. What? Ciao. Huh? Woo. Yeah. Whoa. Momo. Mo. Write it. If that's not a word for somebody up in here, it's a word for me too. That's not a word. Woo! I just got like chills all over my body. Now let me read that all together. Let me go back and read it all together. Momo said, oh wait, this was more apparent to me because this supervisor that was giving me hell, I thought to grieve against him. I heard God tell me, no, don't. I brought him. I said, if you brought him, you, Father, take care of him. God said, write it. I wrote it on the planner, and that same day we were told he was leaving. I got the power. Woo! You powerful beings. My aha was the shredded bark needed to be put on the garden, and the owner did it for me this morning. See? Helpers come. All right? Helpers come. My aha moment was that this is my work. This is what I was put on the planet to do. Stop looking for a job. I will keep up again tonight. Practice makes perfect. Getting there. Yes, it does. That's why he said 3 nights. So you could practice it, right? Practice it. Momo said, last night I started to write and think about holding the 1 million. It felt so right, and a feeling of calm and knowing came about. I had to smile. Not sure I explained that right, but that was the general feeling. That is the click that I talk about. That's what I call it, because I can't really explain it. I can't explain that feeling, but it's a knowing feeling. I was reading, what was I reading today? I was reading a couple things today. I have 3 full books going at the same time. And can't remember which book it was. I think it might have been Neville. Maybe it was Neville. And or it could have been Dr. Murphy. Or maybe it was Lawrence, W.D.L. Lawrence. I think that's his name. Anyway, you will get a feeling. You will get a feeling. And the feeling is something you really can't describe. And that's the only way I could say it is like it clicks into place. And that's why I say click. But you get this feeling that you know. You just know. And then you get calm, and you just know that it was done. I often feel it right here. Like my ears start to do this weird thing. I used to ask people all the time. I said, do you ever get this feeling in your forehead? Like, it's like a pressure feeling. I can't even explain that. It doesn't hurt, but it's like you're being downloaded with information, or you're being downloaded with spirit or something. Maybe it's your third eye opening. I don't know. But often when I'm having conversations with spirit, I will get this feeling right here in my third eye. And then that's when I'm calm. Like if I'm wicky-wacky, I don't feel nothing. When I'm wicky-wacky, I don't feel anything. So I try to stay out of the wicky-wacky lane, out of the wicky-wacky zone. It's not always easy, but I do my best. Yep. Whoa, Momo. That's how it works. Yeah, Momo. Thank you, ladies. You're all a big part of what's going on. It's like magic. It's like magic. It is. It really is. The more you practice, especially number one, if you're new to it, right? If you stopped doing it for any number of reasons, then you have to, again, build up your muscle, fill up your tank. And that's what these exercises are for, to fill up your tank. Like, we all have God within us. Every single one, every single person, every single being on the planet. I don't care how evil a person may seem or act or behave. Every single one of us has the God spark, right? I like to call it mine the fire, right? I got the God fire. I bet you my grandmother's laughing in heaven right now, listening to me speak. Because she used to tell me, you don't know about the power. What do you know about the power? But Every single one of us has it. Every single one of us has it. There's nobody, no one on the planet that doesn't have it. And there's not a single person that can't shift and change and connect to their God spark and make it a flame at all. So nobody's off the table, right? Nobody. And sometimes we forget that. That's okay. You know, sometimes we deal with wicky-wacky people, right? Be like, oh my God, I just want to beat the living day. I want to beat the brakes off that person. Sure, that happens all the time. However, just like you got the God spark and you're using it, right? And you're flexing your muscle now. Other people have the same opportunity. They have the same opportunity to do that as you do. They have the same opportunity to look within and start to go within and have these conversations with their God self and flex that muscle. But in the beginning, it is a little difficult, right? Because, you know, if you let it slip and you haven't done it for a while, you got to get in there and start working out. You got to work out your faith muscle. You got to work out your God muscle. You got to work it out. And then it starts to go, oh. No, you're paying attention to me now. Yes, I am. I'm going to knock on your door, tap on your window pane. Open up, God. So you got to flex the muscle. You have to work the muscle, right? We all got it. We just forgot, don't remember, or nobody told us. And just because nobody told you doesn't mean that you can't flex it on your own. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out, and you'll work it out. You will work it out. You will. But you got to do it, right? You got to get in there and you got to get that feeling. And once you get that feeling, you don't know how it's going to show up. You don't. You don't. You don't. But it will. I get a jerk on my arm. You get a jerk on your arm? Oh, what? Well, we probably the same age then, child. You take me down memory lane with your songs. That's spirit, child. That ain't me. Listen, I have had that on repeat for like the last, I don't even know, week. That one song. Okay. So you get a jerk on your arm. So God's pulling on your arm. It's all good. Hey, whatever it is that you get as your intuition, as your knowing, trust it, right? However spirit has to get your attention, that is what needs to happen. And sometimes you will experience something that, you know, just kind of takes you out. And, you know, you get upset, you get angry with God. Don't get angry with God. I mean, you can. You have free will. You can do whatever you want. But a lot of times, these are seeds we planted, and we just forgot we planted them, and then they show up because we didn't do anything about it. We didn't uproot it. We didn't get rid of it. Okay. But anyway, getting back to being impossibility, the impossibility of it all. Nothing is too good to be true, and nothing is impossible for you. Nothing. you could really have it all. But you got to expand it, right? I was sitting here today because, Spirit told me to go over the talk show. I was like, yeah, but I'm on YouTube and because, I'm expanding, right? I go over there and holy freaking moly, I haven't been over there in a long time. I'm back up to 80,000 downloads again, right? I was like, oh my God, I got to get over here and start adding content over there. Because some people don't get, it's how people get their information, right? Some people can deal with YouTube. Some people listen to podcasts. So I got to go back over to talk show and take care of the people over there while I'm taking care of the people over here, and then figure out what I got to do, how I do my other content on the website. So we don't know. We don't know what we don't know is what I'm trying to say, right? So I'm looking and I'm going, wow, I really have created a lot of content over the years. I'm pulling it all together, right? I'm pulling it all together so that it can be in one spot. Now you can't download anything off of TalkShoe. You used to be able to download the podcasts. Now they made it so that you can't. But that's okay. I'm gonna make it so that you guys can download it, but you'll have to pay for it, unfortunately. But that's okay, right? Anyway, I have to check the poll because last night I missed it. I don't know what you all said. So hold on a second, and I can only do that on the YouTubes. Oh, wait, I think I could do it on my phone. I don't even have to open up YouTube over here. And Funke, remember when I told you, I think I thought I had downloaded all the old shows. I found an old USB drive, and it's scanning right now, and apparently I have a lot of files on that sucker. I am believing in the impossible right now that all of my old shows are over there. That's how I'm rolling. So let me just check the poll and see. Did you guys all do the poll? Did everybody fill out the poll? Just let a sister know if you did or not. And let me see. Where's the poll at? How come it's not coming up for me? I don't see the poll. All right. I don't see it. I don't know why it's not in there. I don't know why I don't know. It's supposed to be pinned into the chat, but I don't see it. Okay. So if you could all just tell me, so everybody's, are you answering the poll as yes or no? Because I can't see it in on my screen here for whatever reason. So if you could just tell me what your answer is, that would be great. I think everybody's answering yes, right? Maybe I can see it. It's pinned in the chat. 6 people said yes. Okay, great. Thanks. Thank you, Linda. Awesome. Woo! Okay, I found a program, and what I think I'm going to do, well, I'll bring it to you. I'll let you know tomorrow night. I have something for you all tomorrow night for your 30 days completing, right? That you completed your 30 days. But it'll you won't get it until like the end of the week, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be something that you can have to remind yourself of what you did. And I really, really appreciate you joining me on this journey, right? I think we had fun. I think there was a lot of stuff that came up for us, me included, that, I wasn't thinking about before, but now I am. And today I had the most awesome day. Now, let me ask you something. Delta Pack, are you here? Where are you at? Because I didn't get an email from you. Okay? So you're supposed to be sending me an email. Let me run the banners. Does anybody have any questions? Also, do you have any questions about? All right. It's pinned, Linda said. Everybody said yes. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about what we have talked about tonight, about expanding your consciousness a little bit more, right? Like, I know that you're working on what you're working on. I know that you're working on what you want to work on for your manifestation. But does anybody have any questions about the expansion of like how you can expand on what it is you've already decided you wanted? Does anybody have any questions about that? Because if you do, you might want to just sit and think about what it is you're asking for. And when I say that expanding, I'm not saying that you don't stop doing the little short scene. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, like, as you go through your day, right? As you're going through your day, thinking about the thing that you want to be, do, and have. What else could you add to it, right? What else could you possibly add to that? I'm not even talking about the $1 million. I'm just talking about the thing that you started out with when we started this 30 days. Like, as you start to move through your own experience, what else can you add to that? Does that make sense? Like, think more expansively, right? The Magic of Thinking Big. That's a book, actually, that I read, which is really, really good. But just allow yourself to be like a little child, have a beginner's mind, and think a little bit more expansively on your whole being, right? You're really this big, magnificent being in this small, confines of your body, basically, right? Your body's doesn't seem huge, and it's, when we look at it, our physical bodies are but inside this house is a mansion that's in another house, right? That's in God's house. So just think about how you can expand that a little bit more. All right. Well, I just love the aha moments that came through today. And did anybody have any challenges? Because I didn't see any. So if you did and I missed it, I'm going to scroll back up, and I apologize. Let me see. No. Okay. For those of you that come in later, that's the question. I mean, that's what we're asking. So please, if you're looking at the video later and you're just joining the Indigo room and you have no idea what we're talking about, listen to the video, write your comments, your aha moments, challenges, anything that has come to your mind. How more expansive can you allow your manifestation, the thing that you're creating, the thing that you want to be, do, and have, be? Because you are the creator, really. You are the creator and the created, the creation and the creator. You are the ones you're the one that's creating. You're the God within you, right? You got the God power to create whatever you want, right? Everything must come through you. It doesn't come to us, it comes through us. So in order to have what you want to have, it has to come through you. And I just want to give you one example of something that my guides had given to me a long time ago. Your consciousness really is like a sieve, right? And or if you want, if you will, you could look through like different kind of glasses. So what is coming, the directions that are coming to your subconscious mind, right, they have to be filtered, basically. So if you don't filter out the wicky wacky, that goes down into your subconscious. So, like when you're cooking, I know I bring everything back to cooking, right? Cooking and baking. But like when you're cooking and you're baking and you're washing beans or you're washing something, you put it in a colander and, you're cleaning everything off and it catches all the dirt. That's how your conscious has to be, right? It has to catch the dirt and throw it out. You have to catch the dirt. You have to consciously catch the dirt and throw it out so that it doesn't come into your subconscious. So, like when I cook, when I go and I get beans or black eyed peas, I got to sift them, right? I got to sift them. I got to pick out, because sometimes there's stones in, you got to pick them out. You got to get rid of them because you eating a black eyed pea, bite on it. And if there's a stone in there, you break your teeth. So what happened to one of my teeth back here? Well, on this side. Wasn't a stone, but I bit on something that cracked my teeth. So you have to sift out the wicky wacky. You're the mind sifter. And become a ditch digger. We got ditch digger t-shirts on the Indigo room. If you don't know what a ditch digger is, then you need to go listen to episode 2 of Florence Scovel's show, right? But your mind, you have to be the one that sifts out all the wicky wacky. And then, your subconscious gets all of this deliciousness. And it gets these instructions. And then it goes about creating the beauty and the life that you want to be, do, and have. Barb said, I had a challenge and immediately after an aha moment, all is well. All right now. Way to go, Barb. Barb, you are on point. I'll be seeing your posts in the morning. You are moving through, child. You are just, woo! All right. So I want to just remind you all. Oh, I'm sorry. If you're new to the channel and again, and you don't know what we're doing here, you can subscribe to the channel right down here. Leave your aha moments down below. Remember to like everybody and subscribe if you're new and you haven't subscribed yet. We would love to have you be a part of the Indigo Room. Tomorrow's episode will be here on this side. Tonight's episode. Yesterday's episode will be up here, and that will show up tomorrow. And the first episode where you can start your 30 days will pop up here, and that will show up again tomorrow. So I want to remind you all to sleep in the wish fulfilled. Imagine the check. I did mine today. I did mine last night as I drifted off to sleep. I'm gonna tell you, it was a little difficult sleeping on my back because I don't sleep on my back. That's not how I sleep. I sleep on my side. Sometimes I usually sleep on my right side. Sometimes I'll sleep on my left side. But that's only when Cleopatra's getting on my nerves on the right side. And I sleep on my stomach. So last night I said, okay, I'm sleeping on my back. And I imagined, the check with my name on it and, writing it out. But I'm going to tell you, I forgot to tell you that I met my quantum twin. I'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow. So remember who you are. Remember that you are source energy right here in a physical body. Remember that you can be, do, and have anything that you desire. Remember, it's not being extraordinary that makes you unique. It is your uniqueness that makes you extraordinary. And there is nobody like you in the entire multi-universe. I just expanded from the universe. I made it a multi-universe. How about that? There's nobody in the multi-universe just like you. Have a great night. I love you all. Sleep good. Bye.